Contrary to what culture tells me, I don't really give into the hype. I don't care about the latest trends. I have a tendency to look backwards instead of looking forward. Shock value and overcompensation are prerequisites not required in order to grab my attention. I know what I like, and I don't really care what you like, respectfully. But if we like the same things, then we'll be friends forever. Shout out to the workaholics, the people with personalities a little rough around the edges. I see you. I'm here with you. Sometimes, if not all the time. It's these moments of respite where we can browse watches online with a drink in hand. It's these moments of peace for me because living that freelance life, I won't always know when my next check will come in. But I can't always rely on knowing what watch I'll want before the year is over. To me, a watch is more than just a tool or a piece to tie together an outfit. It's motivation and focus. I love me a fancy spec'd out tool watch. I like the variety and getting to wear different pieces when I do different jobs. I work on set a lot, so for me a diver's watch is the best tool watch because time is always the one thing we're fighting against, all day. Sometimes we only have 10 minutes to get the shot we need, and using the diving bezel to track elapsed time is a genius, fast and easy to set and practical way to know exactly where you're at without having to pull out your phone. I've been collecting for a few years now, and something that rings true for all collectors is the longer you collect, the more your standards evolve. The biggest change for me happened after I picked up a Black Bay. I don't care what you have to say about the Black Bay. I don't care if it's the most played out diver in the industry right now. Saying every negative thing about it doesn't take away from the fact that it's just a solid watch, man. It's noticeably solid. And picking up any of your more affordable pieces after owning one of these makes you feel things you haven't felt before. Microbrands disrupt all the attempts big brands try their hardest to convince us of the things they think we should know about market position and valuation. Seiko tells us it's the standard to pay $600 for a watch with a Hardlex mineral crystal and a stamped clasp. Tissot upcharges solely because of Swiss-made boast because to them, every watch made in Switzerland is better regardless. Citizen entices us with professional spec cases at lower prices as long as you don't mind solar quartz. But for us watching this right now, our goal is to find the total package. We want the sexy. We want the automatic self-winding movement with a sweeping second hand. We want sapphire crystals and nice bracelets, all for the price of a mid-level from a big brand watch company. And with some of these micro brands, you can get it. Big brand companies do well with offering heritage and certification. Seiko, Citizen, and Tissot all have amazing watches in their under $1,000 category. But when we start to really dissect the watch and the materials used, we can start to see how things like heritage and certification compensate for lacking areas of refinement. Every micro brand that has garnered a buzz in the industry tapped into a niche to tell their story. For some, it's vintage-inspired pseudo-homage pieces. For some, it's never-before-seen design language that pushed the culture forward and creates dialogue and new ideas. All of them pumping value into their watches in ways big brand companies don't. That makes us question our buying decisions every time we see and get the chance to handle a watch built by a micro. In the case of Raven, the Endeavor 2 is a very well-executed, vintage-inspired spec monster that has pretty much checked off every single box, making it one of the best value pieces if you're looking for a do-it-all diver tool watch for your collection. Dimensions according to my calipers: 43mm diameter, an impressive 12mm in thickness, lug to lug is 48mm, and lug width is 22mm, and the bracelet tapers down to 18mm. This watch features 316L stainless steel, a loomed ceramic bezel with loomed indices, a flat sapphire crystal with inner AR, an automatic helium escape valve, a 9000 series Miyota movement, an on-the-fly adjustable diver's extension from Nodex, which is developed by Notice watches, and to top it all off, a very impressive depth rating of 500 meters. This watch has perceivable dimension, but because of the hexagonal case shape, it wears true to size but closer to a 42mm. This watch is a handsome, no-nonsense spec monster and a watch that you'll only appreciate in its entirety if you pay attention to subtle details. My favorite feature of this watch is the whole watch itself, and I can't really find anything negative about it. The dial comes in 4 different colors. Mine is the Carolina blue. The dial has amazing 3-dimensionality because of the applied indices. I named this watch Dorothy because when you wear it, you're not in Kansas anymore, which is where this watch is built. The ceramic bezel is great. The typeface and markers are very easy to read and use. I love how the lume is incorporated into the bezel insert. The bezel edge is easy to grip and turn and features 120 clicks. The case is nice. It's vertically brushed everywhere minus the 2 polished bevels that go up the case sides. The case back is screw down and features some nice etching into the steel, model name, basic specs, etc. The Endeavor 2 line is a limited edition. There were only 40 made with this blue dial, and my watch is number 270 out of 300. I think that's special and definitely puts you in an exclusive club if you ever find another Endeavor 2 owner out in the wild. The crown is signed and screw down, and one of the most solid crowns I've ever handled in my life. It's the perfect size for a tool watch, and the screw down system is done very well. The Miyota 9015 movement is a 4 Hz 3-hander with a date. First position winds the watch, second position adjusts the date wheel, and the third position adjusts the time and stops the second hand for precise time setting. As far as accuracy, so after 2 days, it's about 22 seconds behind, which is not bad. The hands on this watch balance very well with the rest of the dial. It's clean, it's very legible, and whatever the design lacks in swagger is made up for with spec. For me, this is the watch I go to work and do activities with. It's not the watch I go out for drinks with, although it can do that too. The bracelet is nice. I think nicer than the bracelet that comes with my SPB 381. The Nodex Divers extension module is a really nice touch. The end links are solid and feature quick release pins. The links are flexible to the point where they can fold into each other. It's a great design, and the taper from 22 to 18 is much appreciated. There are drilled lugs for easy strap swaps. The lume on this watch is absolutely bonkers. It's insane. It's Super Luminova X1 in blue and pairs very well with the Carolina blue dial. The lume charges fast and lasts a long time. I really have nothing negative to say about this watch. This watch is a great addition to my collection because of the purpose that it serves. When I put this on, it's because I'm about to get shit done and do it with great taste. I'm not afraid to get this thing banged up because that's the whole point. This watch ain't a beater. It's a classy, do-it-all, everyday carry tool watch for your collection. At $620, I think this watch is one of the best value propositions for the under $1,000 category, especially if you're looking for a no-nonsense do-it-all tool watch for not so ordinary activities. The travel case it comes with is fantastic, and believe it or not, this watch was actually cheaper when it was purchased for me back in April of 2024. Even at the price increase, this is still one of the best value tool watches you can buy right now. This will be a forever stay in my collection, not only because of the specs and its robustness, but because this was a very special gift from my nephew. He asked me to stand with him as best man at his wedding, and I'm so glad I have this watch to commemorate that moment.
I'm giving them to you. So I can't. It's beautiful. It's a sick case. Oh, that shit is cold. Oh my god. Oh. The pee. Bro. What is this? Damn. Oh. Damn. Wow.
I was on
blue.
Blue.
Put mine in my pasta. That's why he told me to bring the watch stuff, because you wanted me to